In this part of the video, what we're going to be continuing on is working with our part a little bit more. What we notice is as we take a look at our sides, our two sides here, this edge and this edge, are not straight up and down vertical. They have an angle to them. So we need to take a look at how we can deal with and make that same angle occur in our part. Now the way we've approached it so far is we have built it by doing our base sketch and then extruding it. So in this case, the way to deal with it would be to extruded cut to get rid of that piece that would be straight up and down to make this surface. Another possibility of things you could do would be to do a second plane once you had your base sketch and then lofted to it. But in this case, we're kind of thinking about the method that we would use. Some people like to build and then cut. Some people like to build in one step. I'm approaching it through the build it and then cut out to get the sides that you want to. So to do that, the first thing we need to measure is what our angle is. So we're going to go up to our digitizer. We're going to use our draft angle to measure the angle between two planes. And so to measure the two planes, we have to first digitize our planes. We have to tell Microscribe where our planes are. And the first plane is going to be our base surface here. So we need to pick up to 9 points on it. If you pick less than 9 points, 3, 4, 5, you just click enter when you're done to go to your second plane. But I'll do all 9 in this case. The more points you do, the more accurate you get. So don't go in a straight line. Pick varied points around that plane. And once we have our plane done, the first plane done, then it says plane 2, enter up to 9 points in that plane. The second plane is our plane here on the surface that's going to be cut off, not the top surface, this edged surface, slope surface. So same thing here. I entered 9 points. And it measures my angle and puts that angle on the clipboard of 28.8 degrees. Okay, so now what I need to do on my sketch is I need to go on this edge of my sketch. I'm going to rotate my object up so I am perpendicular to this side. And I have to cut a triangle off of here that has an angle of 28 degrees. So I'm going to go Features, Extruded Cut. I'm going to pick my line tool, and I'm just going to sketch from my origin here a triangle. Up to the top surface, over, and down. Okay. Then I'm going to go to Smart Dimensions. I'm going to pick this side of my triangle and this side, drag it up. And here is where I'm going to type in or copy and paste in that 28 degrees, 28.8 degrees. And enter, and there's my angle. Okay, so I can exit my Smart Dimension. And when I exit my sketch, that brings me into my Cut Extrude. And I'm just going to click through all, and OK. And there's my edge has been cut off. Okay, so now I have that sloped edge. Now I'm going to rotate around to the same thing on this side. And we want basically the same angle in this case. So I can turn this to be flat, or I can leave it like this. It doesn't really matter. But I'm going to extrude cut again. And we could check that angle and make sure it's the same. But it should be the same in this case, so I'm just going to use that same exact angle in this case. So our sketch, we do a line again. We're going to sketch our triangle. We're going to Smart Dimension and get our angle in. So I click the two sides and drag out to get our angle measure. And Control V to get our angle. Okay. And then we exit sketch. Now again, we go through all for our cut and click OK. And there our two sides are now cut out as I rotate it around. Okay, so this side isn't flat and this side isn't flat. It's both sloped surfaces. Okay, that is the next part. Next video will be going on into creating our interior features on our device.